Yeah, that's right, kids. Big Brother Goldie here again to scold you some more about your amateurish antics. Which is good because we're all going to get better, aren't we? Including me. I don't want you to be there because I was there before and, I learned a few things here and there. Whoever, here, wherever. And then now, the lessons that I've learned, I need to pass it on. I'm sick of the amateurish stuff that I see here and there. It's time for that to stop, or at least be less of. Here to help. If you don't realize by now, tuning. So many of you are complaining. Oh, my guitar is so bad. It's the tuning stability is so bad. I need to change the tuners. I need to this and that. Spend. When really, you can do your own, just a bit of manual labor, with your fingers, with your hands. And you can achieve that. Now, what I'm talking about is when I was demonstrating this Les Paul that I just got, what I'm about to talk about nearly weaseled its way into the video, but I thought, you know what, I'll save it for another one because it's too much of a tangent. But now I'll explain it to you. It's simply, this is especially problematic when you just restring your guitar. When you restring your guitar, each and every time you restring your guitar, please take the time to stretch your strings. You need to stretch your strings. It's a must. You must stretch your strings. But I don't have time, bro. It's before the gig. You sure about that? Did you even take the time to have that excuse or whatever excuse you have? The time that you took that could have gone into the stretching of the strings. Could have done it sometime before the show, but you're too busy chatting, which is fine, but don't be complaining about the consequence of that. You choose one thing. You choose to chat versus choosing to do something like even chatting and then grabbing your guitar and stretching it while you're chatting. So you're doing something productive. You can either do those two things at once, or you can just be lazy and just be chatting, and then as long as you are happy with the consequence, right? Because when you choose not to do your due diligence, and then you start complaining about your guitar not staying in tune, nobody wants to hear about. Nobody cares, man. Nobody. Now, when you stretch the strings, right? Not all of you, I understand, are going to have some tools for, let's say, string stretching. Although I will say though that I've been intrigued about that plastic, that string stretcher tool. I think I'm gonna get myself one of those, because when I'm just using my hands, or even with a towel to protect my hands from the plain strings, because they're like my fingers are about to get cut off. So I think it might be a good idea to use the tool that stretches the string. I think they're pretty affordable too, so maybe you want to get yourself one too. But the good thing is, we have been stretching our strings for forever with not necessarily any tools. We've just been using our hands, and it's simply you just grab the string, hook it up with your finger, with your like 2 fingers or something, 3, whatever you're comfortable with. I don't have the strongest hands, I'll admit. So I tend to use 2 or 3 fingers, and then the base of your palm, anchor it down onto the string so that it doesn't pop out of the saddle here. So grab the string, the base of your palm, anchor it down, and then pivot your hand from the wrist, pulling up. You see the string moving? And then your other hand, you just stabilize the string into near the neck into the fretboard. And then you just pull up. And then with your thumb, like that, you catch it with your thumb, and then you climb up, you climb your hand up, do the same thing again, anchor your wrist, the base of your palm, pivot from the wrist, boom. I might add, you also might want to be doing this fairly aggressively on the strings, because it's sort of the idea that you want to, I learned this from the tech of John, who's it? Joe Bonamassa, where you want to try to even break the string before, you want to try to break the string then before you end up breaking the string during a show or a rehearsal. Keep climbing up like that. Stretch, 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 stretch. I like to do it at least twice. Start from the base again. Crawling your way up like that. Keep in mind, you need to do this the whole length of the string. You understand? So that means past the saddle. This little length of string here. I learned this from, I think, from Steve. Is it Steve Weiss Tech or Joe Bonham? I don't know. Steve Weiss Tech probably. Not in person. From YouTube videos, of course, because I'm just an ordinary, simple guitarist, and I like to learn from here and there, so that I can pass down. I get it from exotic sources and here and there, and then pass it on to you. I hope you like that. Now, this part of the string also needs to be stretched. Also, when you restring, and then the string goes over the saddle, and then it's time to tighten it up at the headstock. See, you see this bend here, the bend of the. Man, this guitar is heavy, 3.2 kilos, 4.2 kilos, right? This one here. Now, when you see there's a like an angled bend. Initially, it's not like that, because how do I explain this? So you got the saddle here. Right? Imagine this is the saddle. The string is like that, and then a straight angle there, and then a sharp angle like that. Initially, it's not like that. Initially, it's kind of like that. It's more curved. It's more curved than a sharp angle like that. So what you need to do when it's curved, you need to press it down on one side, so that the curvature will straighten up like that, as well as the other side of the saddle. You need to press down. I'll show you that in a minute, how I would do it on the actual guitar, but it's also going to be curved like that, right? Because it's going to come off the saddle like this, like that, and then it's going to straighten towards the. So you need to flatten that. That's what I'm trying to say. You have to flatten it, right? Because what happens is, when you don't do that and then you tune the string, okay, it's tuned up, maybe you stretched it pretty all right. Over time, as the bend will flatten out on this side and on this side, both sides of the saddle, as it flattens out, the string will relax a little bit. So that means your tuning will go flat. So what you need to do is you have to press it down hard. Don't be afraid, these are metal. Just press it down, make sure that it's bent well. I've already done it with this, because when it was very strong with Elixir fresh strings, I had to do that, because I don't think the guy at the shop did it, because yeah, like I said before, he only did it like a quick one, because the customer is waiting, kind of thing. But you know, I don't mind, as long as it's all good. I was happy to wait. But anyway, same goes for the knot. You have to do it at the knot as well. Don't be lazy. It's a quick thing to do. Press down right after the knot. I would probably say gently, but aggressive, but hard. Push down with force. Make sure that it gets straightened out. And also here. And then don't forget to stretch the length of the string after the knot. So you be pressing it the whole way, like that, massaging it kind of thing. At least twice, maybe 2 to 3 times, or maybe a bit more if you're a bit concerned. That's what you gotta do. And then do that to all of the strings, all of it. Then you tune it up. I wonder if I'm in tune. One moment, okay. Okay, you can see that from all that stretching. I don't know, this is already, from all that stretching I did, it's already flattened out. Or did it? Very resonant. I can feel the vibration in my hand. It's just one of those very vocal guitars that I've played. Probably, I would dare say, probably even a bit more vocal than my PRSs. Maybe it's because of the finish, because the finish is thin. Who knows? It sounds pretty good. Some of the other Les Pauls that I tried, the other 50s standard that I've tried from other stores, didn't seem to resonate the same way and be loud the same way. Maybe it's, who knows what it is. What do I know? I'm just a simple guy. Oh, you know what? I shouldn't play songs because the AI in YouTube is gonna pick it up as a copyright thing. Mother. So that's what you need to do. Stretching of the string, the entire length, right? Do your passes 2-3 times, maybe even 5 times depending on the string. If you know your strings, your string brand, if you know it's the ins and outs of it, if you know the brand of strings that you use requires a bit more stretching, then of course use your discretion. So do whatever you need to do, but that's fundamentally what I do to stretch my strings. And then maybe it's not perfect, but it ends up in me not complaining so much about my tuning. It's not something to cry about, man, because now there's a solution or a workaround. And now that you have this workaround, the ball is now in your court, isn't it? What do you think? And then remember the tuning secret that I mentioned in my other video, how to use the tuning pegs properly with the ancient secret technique in order for you to use them a bit more properly. But I hope you learned something good. You probably know this, but I hope it's incremented something a little bit, at least, right? So go out there and end your complaints. Hope this helps you to be better. And thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Good morning, DM.